Hey everyone, Chef TJ, the Healthy Chef here. I'm so glad to be getting back to doing my cooking videos. I moved to a different place and did some traveling, and I kind of got out of it, but now I'm going to get back in my cooking videos. So I appreciate everyone's patience. So if you're like me, you love Chinese food. Okay, I love Chinese food. I love Asian food, period. But usually the Chinese food is usually the one that's the worst for you. Mostly everything's fried or cooked in a lot of oil. So and I love fried rice. So chicken fried rice especially. So I'm going to do a recipe today that's going to teach you how to cook chicken fried rice healthy. I know, right? And everybody jump up and go, ah, great. All right, so here we go. So we're going to get started. So what I use first is about 1.5 tablespoons of coconut oil, okay? Coconut oil is good for you. It's good for a lot of things, your hair, your skin, all kinds of stuff. So we're going to use that. So I'm going to get that in the pan melting. So we're going to let that melt for just a second here, okay? Roll it around in the pan here. There we go. Melting pretty quick. And if you get the good refined stuff, it's got a really high heat tolerance, so you can use it in most things. Alright, so then I've got half of an onion that I've chopped up, so we're going to throw that in there. There we go, good to get sizzle on. Alright, that. Okay, my wooden spatula. Give that a good stir. Now, I'm going to throw in some salt and pepper, so a little bit of pepper, fresh ground pepper, okay, and then salt. I use pink Himalayan salt. That's the only salt you should be using, so just sprinkle of that. There we go. And get that all stirred in. And the good thing is, this doesn't take very long, honestly. So what we're going to do is we're going to cook the onions until they get translucent where they cooked a little bit. I like my onions cooked really good. That's just how I am. If you can tolerate it otherwise, go for it, but I really like them cooked. So we'll get that going in there real good. Okay. Now this recipe that I do usually makes enough for a couple of servings, usually at least 3 for me if I do it myself. Now if the kids eat, it's less than that, but I like it. I'll eat it tonight for dinner. This is what I'm having for dinner tonight. And then I'll have it tomorrow for lunch and maybe dinner the next night. Okay, so it's, and you can double the recipe if you want to. You can cut it in half, make it smaller for you if it's only you in the house. So however you want to do it. Alright, we got the onions cooked pretty good there. So next I'm going to add in 3 cloves of chopped garlic. Okay, so I'm going to get that in there. Now the garlic we're going to cook until you start smelling it, okay? And the reason we do that is because you don't want to burn garlic. If you burn garlic, it gets really bitter. And I don't want bitter garlic. All right, so this is what we're going to do here. We're just going to spin around for maybe a minute, okay? Just a minute. And it's almost to where I can start smelling it, but I'm going to cook just a little bit longer. It probably hasn't been a minute yet, but we're going to let it cook just a little bit longer here. Keep stirring it around really good. Alright, there we go. Now I can start smelling it. So next one I'm going to throw in is my chicken. Now I baked this last night. Chopped it up after it cooled down, and I stick it in the fridge, and I can use it for tacos or whatever I want. And I decided to use it tonight for some chicken fried rice. So what I'm going to do now is it's about 2 cups of chicken. So I'm going to throw that in there just till it warms up, because it's already been cooked. And it won't take long to warm up. Heck, you'll start smelling it, so then you know it's getting warm. And you want to stick your hand in there, and yep, it's already warm. So then I have some brown rice, not white rice, long grain brown rice that I steamed the other day that I had a bunch left over. I used to steam a bunch up every day, or once a week, to get me through the week. I use it for stir fries or, you know, whatever. So I've got that was left over, so I'm going to throw it in so it warms up. If I didn't tell you, I think that was about 4 cups. And stir it around so it starts warming up. And when you steam it, you put it in the fridge, it usually clumps up a little bit. Just take your wooden spatula here and break up the clumps. That's all you got to do. Now, as far as seasonings, if you have it, you can put it in here. I have some. I don't do it all the time. There's a Chinese 5-spice that I like to use in here sometimes. You can find it usually at a specialty seasoning store. I'm not going to throw it in this one. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It just depends on the mood I'm in that day. But what I am going to add now is, because everything's probably warmed up, is I have about 3 tablespoons here of white soy sauce. Okay, the best you can find. Just throw that in there. That's what's going to give me my flavoring. Okay. I'm going to mix that around. Real good. You want to coat everything real good with that. Okay. And now it's really starting to smell like fried rice. If this gets out, the China one down the street might get jealous. I don't know. Alright, so I've got that mixed in there really good. Actually, it's mixed in there really good. Okay. Alright, now the last ingredient is, and you can mix this up if you want to. I'm going to use some frozen peas I had left over in the freezer. You can add broccoli, whatever you want, but I'm going to add it in the frozen peas. Okay, so get those in there and stir those around, and basically just until, again, like everything else, they warm up. And they've been setting now since I started this video, so they probably unthawed a little bit already. Oh, making a mess now. That's ours, my kitchen, it doesn't matter. Alright. I don't think those peas are quite unthawed yet. There's one way to find out. See? That's what happens in live video. You drop stuff. Luckily, got it open. Alright, let's see now. Let's see here. That's my peas. There we go. Alright. Turn the heat off. One last step is get a bowl and serve it up. Alright. And that's dinner. Okay, we're talking 9 minutes. It took me 9 minutes, not including prep. Prep probably took 5 minutes to chop up the garlic and the onion. Everything else I just poured in those little cups to be fancy to show you how to do this. But we're talking about 9 minutes it took me to cook that. Okay, so no excuse. You can get that done. It's healthy. It's got good enough protein in it. It's got good grains in it from your brown rice. It's got a little bit of veggies in there. It's a very light soy sauce. You got your onion, garlic, but garlic is very healthy for you anyway. So if this was too fast for you, you need the recipe, just look me up on Facebook or comment on the video here on YouTube, and I'll get it back to you. Thank you all for your time. I really appreciate everybody's support. Y'all have a great night and a great week.